Anything goes street fight. Can't fall down anywhere. For my belt. Don't face your God.
Welcome back once again, fans, to another exciting edition of CSW Viral. This is the story of the year. Brian Cage. I'm Mike Roycroft. And as you saw at the top of the show, lots of happenings at our last event, July Jam, here in Mossy Head Community Center. You saw that first time ever tag team partners battle, Lane Smart and Mike Metal taking on John Riker and Nathan Beast, and things did not quite turn out as well for Mike Metal as he would have hoped, Brian.
Well, nothing really turned out well for anybody. You saw there John Riker and Lane Smart doing battle all the way back to the locker room. Mike Metal winding up with a mouthful of garbage thanks to the homeless hero. But as a result of that and nothing being settled, we have our two main events for this weekend, Friday and Saturday.
That's right. Mike Metal holding on to his belt, but perhaps not his dignity there with that garbage rain down from Nathan Beast. But as a result of all that, it has been signed, sealed, and delivered. Big street fight championship defense by Mike Metal. That's going to take place on Saturday. This Saturday, our big weekend-long event. But before that, on Friday night, you're going to see a barbed wire match. If anything can settle this deal between John Riker and Lane Smart, it's a barbed wire match, and we've got that signed for Friday night.
Yeah, these two have been in plenty of these scenarios over the years in CSW. John Riker, kind of the king of wired. Well, we're going to get one more barbed wire match with John Riker and Lane Smart to settle the score.
That's all coming up this weekend, fans. Make your plans to be there. Mossy Head Community Center, 12 Years of Mayhem. It's our anniversary show, so we're spreading it out over 2 nights, Friday and Saturday. And another thing to look forward to over that weekend at 12 Years of Mayhem, the crowning of a new champion, the Viral Heavyweight Champion.
Well, it's been a while since anything like this has been. I don't think it's ever been done on the Gulf Coast. The Viral Internet Championship, an internet title on the Gulf Coast. We've got the capacity for it. It's a brainchild that you're only going to see right here on Viral, and unless, of course, you're at the House of Hardcore to see the matches live themselves. But as part of the 12 Years of Mayhem, we've got a 6-man tournament to crown the very first CSW Internet Champion.
And we have seen some winners so far. Last week on CSW Viral, we saw Chuck Diamond defeat Victor Crew to earn his spot. Also at July Jam, the Enemies of the State won a tag team match, so they are both entered into the Viral tournament as well. That leaves 3 slots open, and we're going to fill those 3 slots with 3 big matches on today's show, including this man right here stepping into the ring with Ghetto Brown.
Yeah, well, the whispers behind the scenes say that it's the Brian Cage show on Viral, so why not throw my name into the hat for the Viral Internet Championship? It should be fun. We also got Mike Fresca and the return of Bushido. It's just Bushido. He's not Buddha anymore. Don't chant that. He gets mad at me for some reason when you people chant Buddha. It's kind of weird.
On top of that, we got Marcus Gibbs facing off with Darius Kane from the Fist. A lot of exciting action. But before we get to that, we've got another entrant coming in on our top 20 countdown of the CSW superstars of all time. And we have an entrant coming in to the top 5 right here.
You know, as much pain as you're in wrestling him because he tosses you around like a sack of potatoes.
One of those guys who's after the pound, he'll keep you down where you can't get up and out. And these two will take it to the extreme and Yeah, that way too.
And we see the ever so popular Mike Fresca living up to his moniker, making his entrance to the roar of the crowd here. This is another qualifying match in the Viral Championship tournament, Brian.
Yeah, it's gonna be an exciting time. I know a lot of people are really gunning for that Viral Internet Championship. I mean, the notoriety of being the first one, Fresca Formula One champion. It should be intriguing. We've got a couple of more spots left. We'll see who's in.
He's got his hands full with his opponent today, literally and figuratively. As we see him make his way out, the one and only Bushida.
Haven't seen this guy since the Four Corners of Hell. Said he's been locked away in a dungeon training his ass off is what he told me.
In any event, I'm sure he's ready to face off with Mike Fresca today and advance in the tournament. Bushida, we've seen him go back and forth with heavyweight champion Mike Metal, showing all the heart and all the guts in the world. He just would not back down, and I'm sure he's bringing that same spirit, that same attitude, and then some here against Mike Fresca today.
Yeah, I mean, say what you want about Bushido's in-ring ability, his stamina, his athletic prowess. The kid has heart, and he... Little sign of respect there. Good on them. He has heart. He will never back down. It's going to take everything Fresca's got to get through this and get into the Viral tournament.
As we saw there with that handshake, not really a matter of personal animosity between these two men. Just looking to fight and advance ahead here in this very important title tournament. And you see the reciprocation of the show of respect there from Bushida. I would imagine from here on out, he's just going to be looking to take off Mike Fresca's head, because it's all about moving up the ladder at this point.
Well, and Bushida was saying in the back beforehand that he's got the respect he feels now from the guys in the back. He's got the respect from the crowd. Now all he wants to do is focus on winning. That's been his biggest weak spot, is he hasn't really come out on top. Now he wants to change that bad luck streak. That's why he took time away to focus on training and getting better.
Going for the pinfall early is Bushida, but Mike Fresca not going to lose that easily. Fresca obviously at a size disadvantage here. He's going to have to work his quickness and agility if he wants to get the advantage over Bushida. Right now trying to contain him with a headlock, and wow, he was able to take the big man down. Mike Fresca asserting himself here as well. Bushida, not the only big bull of the ring here. Mike Fresca's been there before, and he's looking to see gold again. As you alluded to, former Formula One heavyweight champion is Mike Fresca. And a test of strength, not sure how wise this is. Perhaps Fresca luring Bushida in for some sort of reversal, but nope, he's going for it. Bushida getting the better of it. Oh, nice bridge there. Bushida thoroughly in control here. And Fresca, if he comes down on him,
Oh!
Devastating shot right to the abs and chest there by Bushido.
All that weight coming crashing down as you're pulling the guy right up into you. Never a good combination.
Still a bit of hesitation here. These guys still feeling each other out a little bit, I think. We
have a promo here from Nathan Beast. We've been talking about that big street fight heavyweight championship rematch with Mike Metal. Here's some words from Nathan Beast.
Mike Metal, you want to challenge the homeless hero to a street fight? That's my specialty, baby. 12 years of mayhem, one-on-one for the title. It's been too long, I've been going too long to stop now. This is my chance, and it's gonna happen.
There you have it, a very determined Nathan Beast and an equally determined Mike Fresca just picked up the giant Bushido for a body slam. Very impressive feat of strength by Mike Fresca. And he is working with those kicks and drop kicks to the rib area of Bushido.
Yeah, you want to talk about athletic prowess, Mike Fresca has it. I mean, you saw him get the big guy up and drop him right back down, and now Bushido's kind of on the ropes. Well, technically he's outside of the ropes, but he's kind of got to rethink his strategy here. He keeps letting Fresca get the upper hand.
And it is a sound strategy by Mike Fresca, trying to take the wind out of Bushido. You alluded earlier, perhaps not the greatest conditioning on the part of Bushido. He relies more on his strength and size advantage. But if Fresca can get him gasping for air, then he's going to take all the more advantage there. Bushido once again using it.
Oh man!
Devastating.
Well, there's a size advantage for you.
Like getting gored by a bull in there. Bushido now grabbing a hold of Fresca. And we talked about gasping for air. He's got him up in a bear hug, dropping him face down on the mat. Just that quickly, Mike Fresca very much on the defensive now. Bushido has taken control. Snapmare into the middle of the ring. What's he preparing for here?
Oh man, a big head vice squeezing that cranium like a pimple.
You hear Mike Fresca crying out in agony. Bushido putting all of his strength into that vice grip there. Digging into the temples and the side of the head of Mike Fresca. This could be curtains for Mike Fresca here. He's got to find a way out of this. You see the desperation coming in. A nice jawbreaker to get out of there by Mike Fresca. He's got Bushido dazed, takes him down with a clothesline. Big shades of Ivan Pusky, the Polish hammer there.
Fresca going for that big boot.
Oh, Bushido had that scouted. Whoa!
Oh, man! Face first!
The drag you to hell, he calls that.
And Bushido advances. Well, he wanted to come in and start his reboot off with a win, and he's got it. He is in the Viral tournament.
Oh, my goodness. Lane Smart, out of nowhere, comes in and attacks Bushido. He has got him down. Bushido the victor here, but
Lane is snapped.
Lane once again kind of being a one-man fist, if you will. We've seen this before, just jumping into the ring and attacking everybody.
Oh, God.
Wow!
Ball.
Look at the agility on the big man. Definitely sending a message to Mr. Hardcore John Riker. All over Bushido. And the winner not really looking like the winner. Looks like he's going to spare Mike Fresca.
That's surprising.
Fresca breathing a sigh of relief. Lane Smart again, just dishing out the annihilation here.
No, God, no.
He was not going to let Fresca go that easy.
It's like Michael Myers. You think you got a break, and then he's right back on you.
Look at that choke slam. Held him up in the air for a while to let him think about it before making the impact. And Lane Smart once again, just unleashing all hell here at Culture Shock Wrestling. But he's got a date with Destiny at 12 Years of Mayhem. Barbed wire match with John Riker. Mike Fresca could be hurt here.
There you have it, fans. Another advancement in the Viral tournament. Bushido moves into the number 4 slot, but Lane Smart unleashing havoc there at the end.
Well, Bushido wasn't the only one to feel the brunt of that, as he's not been the only one. Lane has been on a warpath, getting ready for Friday night with John Riker in the barbed wire match.
As if things weren't dangerous enough between these two hardcore icons, Lane Smart and John Riker, we're adding barbed wire to the mix. It's really going to be a spectacle. It's going to be something else. I'd be surprised if both of these guys are walking out on their own power.
Yeah, it's going to be a bloodbath, that is for sure. As is any time you have one of these matches in the House of Hardcore especially.
All building up to this big weekend coming up. We hope to see you there. But right now, let's go to the ring for that tag team defying match.
But he doesn't have a partner yet. I'll admit it. That's right. You doesn't have a partner yet. But don't worry. Hey, Baron, I know you don't understand much, but I have you a partner. Okay? Yeah, that's right. I gotta go to the back, though, because I haven't hammered out the details yet. Hammer? Yeah, you're gonna hammer them. Good luck. Hey, shut your mouth. Good luck.
Another tough night for the Fist, but guess what? 1, 2, 3 belts still over here where they belong. And what a coup pulled off by the California Kid. With a little bit of talking and with a little bit of money, I brought a certain someone, a champion to the group, a former champion of his own right. Why don't you tell them what you got in store?
Tonight, we defended the Fist Tag Team Championship. And next month in CSW, I don't care who they put us against. I don't care what the challengers are. I don't care who the challengers are. I don't care where they came from. I don't care what their background is. I don't care what they look like. All I know is that me and Ich Bin Ein tag champions are going to come out on
catchphrase in
top
the making.
for the fist.
And you know what? Von Lecter, the other half of the titles, he tweeted something beautiful the other day. Let me tell you. Yeah, he tweeted it. And it was in German, so I'm going to let him speak it. Tweet. You tweeted it. Go ahead. Tell him.
Das Faust ist ein Wunderding. Das Faust ist gut.
I told you it sounded beautiful. I could tell by the abbreviations above the letters that it was going to sound great.
I got a tear in my eye.
But he's a great guy. He's the heart and the soul of the fist, and that's all that matters. And let me tell you something, Lucha. You see that right there? There's these things called wins and losses, and they say that's all that matters. But let me tell you, there's smart wins and there's smart losses. And when I feel like my title's being threatened, I grab my title and I hang on to it the way I did. But next time we fight, I heard it's a Mexican strap match, and there's going to be wrestlers all around the ring holding belts, ready to whip the Cali Kid. I'm so afraid. Am I so afraid? I'm a little afraid. No, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid at all. Let me tell you, Lucha, you're messing with the wrong guy. Now you can't run away, because the Cali Kid's coming for you, and you're going to get whipped when I throw you out over the top rope, you little jumping bean. You're messing with the wrong guy. You're messing with the wrong group. The Fist.
Folks, you just saw it. Interesting developments at July Jam in regards to the Tag Team Championship. The newest member of the Fist, Victor Crew, he and Baron Von Lecter basically issuing an open challenge for 12 Years of Mayhem this weekend. It remains to be seen who they're going to be defending their straps against, but we do know one match we're going to see. I know a lot of people are looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this. For the Formula 1 title, Cali Kid will defend against Lucha Lacura in a strap match. There will be nowhere for Cali Kid to run this time if he doesn't want to get whipped like a dog. And believe me, there's going to be a lot of people standing around outside the ring who are going to want to get a piece of Cali Kid should he fall out into their hands. That's going to be a big match coming up. Lots of fans calling the very first encounter between Cali Kid and Lacura a Match of the Year candidate. Lord knows we're going to see even more out of these guys now that it's a strap match and Cali Kid cannot take his belt and run away. Should be something else. Make plans to be there with us this weekend at 12 Years of Mayhem. Right now, you see I'm standing here alone. That's because my colleague Brian Cage has gone to the ring. He's got a qualifying match for the Viral Tournament Championship. That's against the newcomer, Ghetto Brown.
Don't even try to cheer me. I don't like y'all, you don't like me. Let's keep it that way. I'm getting a little better. Let me explain something to all of y'all. The difference between all of y'all and me, you see this kid right here with the orange shirt? You can't see what's going on in here because he has this big ass cowboy hat. You see the difference between me and you? I would have walked up to him and told him, take the punk ass cowboy hat off so I can enjoy the show. Number two, I don't have time to deal with alcohol. Number three, we have a couple of issues. Ghetto Brown don't like people interfering with his matches at all. Never needed backup my whole life. Don't want no backup. Will never need backup. So anybody ever come out to this ring while I'm wrestling, it's going to be problems for everybody.
Apparently the story of the year, Brian Cage, not so enamored with the speech being given there by Ghetto Brown. Not sure what the consequences of this is going to be. A little cowboyed up here. He might need it. Ghetto Brown not going to take too kindly to being interrupted, even by the former CSW champion, Brian Cage. Let's see how this unfolds. Brian Cage, certainly not a man of few words himself.
Cut that music for. First of all, do you know who the hell
I think so. You do a little
shut up when I'm talking to you. I thought, you know, I didn't know who I was fighting, but I must be making it in this world because they bring out Chris Jericho. Ladies and gentlemen,
You know who the crowd is for.
You're done talking.
pocket. Black. The last thing I want before I come out here and wrestle is a crowd that's asleep. See, you don't have to worry about these people not liking you. You're not very likable. You're kind of a douchebag.
He knows a thing or two about that.
Because there is only one douchebag in CSW, and that's the story of the year. You and I, we've got a lot in common, though. You don't like people interfering in your matches. I saw this. I watched Viral. I hosted the show. I saw what they did in your match. It sucks, believe me. I know. You don't have to worry about that tonight. All you have to worry about is beating the face of Viral to get in the Viral tournament. Did you see what I did there as King? No. Do I need to pull out the Greco-Roman nacho punch again?
I don't.
You're done later. You got more lather on about?
First off, I have no clue who you or the nacho cheese guy is. Let me tell you something. Okay. But where I'm from, we don't do too much talking.
Oh! Looks like the talking is over, and this Viral qualifying tournament match is on its way. Ghetto Brown going right on the offensive. And we've talked the past few weeks about the newcomer to CSW here, Ghetto Brown, trying to climb up the ladder, and no better next step for him to take than to defeat the former both Formula One and CSW heavyweight champion, Brian Cage. Not to mention, it's the Viral tournament, and as Brian Cage called himself, the face of Viral, he could really pull off a hat trick here, could Ghetto Brown. Taking this match, but reverse neckbreaker by Brian Cage. And in just an instant, Cage using his experience to his advantage. Back and forth in the ropes go Cage and Ghetto Brown, and a nice kick right on the chin there. Big elbow by Brian Cage. Drop kick again, straight to the chin. Looks like Ghetto Brown taking a powder and regrouping here. Again, we are in the midst of this tournament to crown a new championship here, the Viral champion, culminating at our anniversary event, the weekend of the 23rd and the 24th of August at 12 Years of Mayhem. And this match will see which one of these men advance on in the tournament. Brian Cage taking a high-risk maneuver that didn't pay off there. Now Ghetto Brown. Ribs first into the steel corner there. And we've known from the past with his issues with Darius Kane, word is out that Brian Cage may have some rib damage. Ghetto Brown queuing up on that. And, nice bridge suplex there. Even though Ghetto Brown indicated, "I don't know who you are," he said to Brian Cage, I don't believe that for a second. I think he's playing some strategy here. He scouted this guy out, and he's working on a weak area of the body there on Brian Cage to get full advantage and make sure that he gets the win here and advances in this prestigious tournament here for the Viral exclusive championship. Ghetto Brown thoroughly in control at this point. Cage, sidewalk slam there on Ghetto Brown. Only gets a 2 count. We've mentioned Brian Cage has held just about every title here in CSW, so certainly the Viral title would be one that's important to him. Ghetto Brown, the man standing in his way, not to be taken lightly. Takes Cage into the corner, charges forward, and is met with a boot once again right to the chin. Not sure how much dental work he's going to need after this match. He's taken quite a few shots there right to the jaw area. Big clothesline off the turnbuckle there, and 2.5. You know, all the jawing, all the trash talking, it really comes down to the in-ring abilities of these competitors here. Nice spine buster by Brian Cage, and going straight into a single-legged Boston Crab. He's got Ghetto Brown in a bad way here. He's fairly close to the ropes, but not quite within reach. You see Cage playing to the crowd there, flexing a bit, now torquing back on that leg. The human leg is just not meant to go in that direction, and that's causing an excruciating amount of pain on Ghetto Brown, but he finally makes it to the ropes. Brian Cage knows the rules, making the most of that 5 count to break the hold once Ghetto Brown gets to the ropes. But he is firmly in control at this point. Let's see how he capitalizes. I'm surprised he's not going straight after that leg. Perhaps a bit winded is Brian Cage. Big kick to the midsection there. Into the corner. Uh-oh, we've seen this before. Is he going to hit that big kick from the outside? Yes! Wow! Right into the corner, too. I'm not sure if Ghetto Brown's head made an impact with the post there, but if it did, he could be out cold. Cage flipping back into the ring. 1, 2, no! Ghetto Brown kicks out, and you see the frustration on the face of the story of the year. Brian Cage, he's really throwing everything at this guy, and you got to hand it to Ghetto Brown, popular or not. He's tough as nails. He's taking everything Brian Cage can dish out, and fighting back for more. Both men showing the toll that this match is taken on them at this point. Big slam now by Ghetto Brown on Brian Cage. An elbow drop meets its target. Only a 2 count. One thing about being viral champion, I'm sure that's going to be attractive to everybody in this tournament. They're pretty much guaranteed to be on the viral show from month to month. I mean, that's going to be our title, so this isn't just another tournament being held here. Not just another matter of pride. This is about exposure, about marketing yourself as a wrestler out there, getting the exposure that viral will give you. Cage making it to the ropes there, breaking up the pinfall. Ghetto Brown now also showing the frustration. These guys just throwing everything they've got at one another and still kicking out. Going for a gut-wrench suplex here is Ghetto Brown, well executed. Once again, impact on the rib area of Brian Cage. I'm convinced at this point Ghetto Brown has scouted out Brian Cage and is going after that area for a reason. Brian Cage now calling for the kick himself. Oh, there's that bicycle kick. Devastating. I think he caught him right on the nose there. Goes for the pinfall. 2.5 by Brian Cage. Once again, we're just going back and forth here. The level of competition here, Culture Shock Wrestling at an all-time high. Cage calling for the, signaling for the elbow here. Let's see if he's taken to the ropes to do that Randy Savage-esque elbow drop from the second rope. Looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. He's taking a bit of time here, though. He hits his target. That could be it for Ghetto Brown. 1, 2, and another kick out by Ghetto Brown. Both men down and out at this point. Lots of punishment being dished out back and forth between the story of the year and Ghetto Brown. As of now, we're risking a double count out here. I would assume if that happened, both men would be out of the tournament. Obviously, they don't want that to happen, but those two warriors making it to their feet to do battle once again. Big shot by Ghetto Brown. Brian Cage firing right back. This is just devolved into a slugfest now. Cage off the ropes, getting some momentum, and Ghetto Brown right back at him. Back in the day, this might have been called a Pier 6 brawl, but Cage now going back to the wrestling. Oh, calls for the murder train. Again, Ghetto Brown had that scouted out. Oh, face plant right into the mat goes Brian Cage. Wow, 3 count. I got to call this an upset. Ghetto Brown getting the pinfall over the former CSW heavyweight champion Brian Cage. But it did not come without a price. You can see both men down on the mat. This match has taken its toll on both of them. Ghetto Brown advancing in the CSW Viral Championship Tournament.
3. Ghetto Brown, a bit of an upset there, advancing in the CSW Viral Heavyweight Tournament with a win over Brian Cage. Ghetto Brown continuing to climb the ladder here in CSW, and he might just climb that ladder all the way to the top to the Viral Championship. That remains to be seen this weekend. 12 Years of Mayhem, Friday and Saturday night. This would be a good time to give you a rundown of how this tournament is going to proceed from here. It's a little bit out of the ordinary. We're going to start with a 6-man tag team match. Those teams are going to be determined by a random drawing. You could see any kind of people teaming up against one another or with one another that you wouldn't normally see. In any event, 3 men will emerge victorious. They move on to the semifinals of the tournament, and the 3 members of the losing team will then have a 3-way match to determine one more entrant into the Viral tournament, the wild card spot, if you will. That will all take place on Friday night, and then Saturday night, we're going to see those 4 men in the semifinal match, as well as the final singles match, and a Viral champion will be crowned. That will be a championship exclusive to this show, CSW Viral. Going to be a pretty big deal, in addition to all the festivities there at 12 Years of Mayhem. Should be something else, and we hope to see you there this weekend. Right now, we're going to go to the ring. We're going to determine the final entrant in that Viral tournament. Marcus Gibbs taking on Darius Kane, and I'm going to go join Brian Cage back at ringside.
We await the entrance of the very popular Zulu warrior Marcus Gibbs, set to do battle with Darius Kane from the Fist. The crowd definitely voicing its approval for Marcus Gibbs. He's been through quite a bit lately, and we'll go over some of that here as we get into this match. But Marcus Gibbs, a consistent crowd favorite, wouldn't you say, Brian?
Well, no doubt. The many incarnations he's had in CSW, going from a upstart to a CSW champion to one half of the greatest tag team CSW has ever seen with the Onyx, and now the evolution continues.
And he's facing perhaps one of the least liked individuals in Culture Shock Wrestling, and Darius Kane from the Fist. And this should be quite a collision. Folks, we want to let you in on a little backstage scoop here, if I may, and Brian, feel free to elaborate on this, but you may remember Marcus Gibbs, of course, one half of the Onyx with Terry Allen Jones. We saw a few weeks back Terry Allen Jones turn his back on Marcus Gibbs, join the Fist. A lot of people are wondering why he has abruptly disappeared, and I understand there is a bit of history about that, Brian.
Well, just from what I hear in the inner workings, and Terry Allen's not around to give any credence to this or not, but the word on the street is that all of that happened from that guy right there, Darius Kane, the little lumpkin that he is, getting his. I mean, he was once a part of the Onyx, kind of an unofficial member, and the rumor is Darius is the one that got into Terry Allen's head and really had him turn his back on his friend. And Terry Allen, I guess, a show of remorse, has kind of put himself in exile since then.
It's certainly a sad story any way you look at it. They, as you stated, were one of the most awesome teams in CSW history. Multiple-time tag team title holders. Last time we saw them, they came up just barely short against the A-team of John Riker and Cameron Cross. And all that went down. But in any event, we go into all that because that is the backstory to this match. Hasn't really been talked about much. Kind of kept on the down low. But Marcus Gibbs now finds himself face to face with the man that he not only once embraced as part of the Onyx, he introduced him to the crowd at one point as the third member of the Onyx, and now he is the man who turned his partner against him, which certainly got to wear on him, not only physically, but mentally, emotionally. These guys have traveled down so many roads together, and to know that this guy, Darius Kane, that he trusted, caused that kind of betrayal. Marcus Gibbs has got a lot of motivation here to put away Darius Kane.
Well, I mean, trust and betrayal are kind of Darius's MO here lately. I mean, I put a lot of trust in the guy, and you saw what happened between me and him. And thankfully, that's how the thing has been resolved. But that, that doesn't make him any less of a deviant, I guess you could call it.
Indeed.
That's one thing Darius can do. He knows how to play the angles. He knows how to get in your head. He doesn't have to beat you in the ring, even though he is pretty physically dominant. I mean, he can go toe-to-toe with anybody. There you see him just rolling Marcus out of the way.
And perhaps nothing more dangerous in this business than not only a guy who's a powerhouse in the ring, but thinks in a very Machiavellian way, knows how to pull people's strings and get in their heads that way. At the moment, Marcus Gibbs on top of things, applying that pressure, knee to the back, into a chin lock on Darius Kane. But you cannot count out the physical prowess of Darius Kane. He's one rough customer for sure. And Marcus Gibbs using his speed and I would say his experience advantage here.
Well, and you said Darius knows how to pull strings. You got to credit that to his ability to learn. Whoa!
Head scissors right into the ropes.
That's going to hurt that ability. But he does do one thing right, and that's sit and he absorbs from everything around him. I mean, I spent a lot of time with him in the past, and you can tell he's learned how to manipulate people from, taking after things that I used to do, pulling those strings, manipulating. Now he's entrenched with Cali Kid and the fist, and who does manipulation better than the fist?
Very good point. Marcus Gibbs once again getting the crowd very much behind him. Oh, big kick to the midsection. And now Darius Kane turning it into a slugfest. That's obviously going to play more to his strengths. I think the more this becomes a wrestling match, the more it's in Marcus Gibbs' favor, and the more it becomes a move of fisticuffs and power. Obviously, Darius Kane has a bit of an upper hand.
Well, and you do not want to get into a slugfest with this guy. I'm pretty sure I have a loose tooth or a broken tooth from him. But it's like you said, Marcus has been wrestling a long time. He's been wrestling in CSW a long time. He knows his way around the squared circle. And it's exactly like you said, though. The more it gets to a wrestling match, the more advantage Marcus Gibbs is going to have.
Oh, big Samoan drop there by Darius Kane. We've seen him bust that out before. Very effective part of the arsenal, the offensive maneuvers of Darius Kane. And he just knocked the wind out of Marcus Gibbs in an instant with that. He is back in control. Stalking his man. Oh, really slapping that chin lock on him. I want to check for a choke there. Darius Kane's certainly not above that. He has got Marcus Gibbs down and where he wants him at the moment.
There's so much on the line with this match. The last spot in the Viral tournament up for grabs.
Nice suplex there.
Darius is going to want to bring more gold into the fist. Marcus is going to jump back on that singles horse like he was before he started up the Onyx. It's a lot at stake for both of these guys.
Indeed, it'd be a very fast way for Marcus to get his momentum back, taking singles gold. He's got a chance here in this Viral Championship tournament right here on CSW Viral. And he's feeding off the energy of the crowd, getting ready to take it to Darius Kane. Kane uncharacteristically motionless there on the mat. Rolling him in, I believe.
Just about to say, you got to watch out when he does that. He's, like you said, a manipulator. He's going to pull you in.
And They're just trading blows now. And oddly enough, kind of taking my earlier statement to task, Marcus Gibbs is coming out on top of this. Multiple chops there and a shot to the throat by Zulu Warrior Marcus Gibbs. He is all over Darius Kane. Hip tosses the big man.
So Marcus has got to keep this momentum going. He can't let the momentum pass him by.
You hear the crowd giving that Zulu Warrior chant there.
Well, he's taking off the knee brace here. Take it from me, those knee braces, they're more than just support. They offer some protection to your knee, and now Marcus is going at that exposed knee.
Variation of a reverse Indian deathlock here, looks like. Marcus Gibbs, we were talking about being on the inside and pulling people's strings. Marcus Gibbs may know a thing or two about an injurious area there on Darius Kane that the rest of us didn't. He's going right after that knee.
Well,
Darius Kane making his way out of it.
Whether it's known or not, anytime you see somebody having some kind of extra support, knee braces, back braces, rib tape, wrist tape, anything like that, I mean, it's kind of a light going off in your head situation. You know you can take advantage of it.
You see Darius Kane noticeably limping now. Marcus Gibbs' offense taking shape here in a positive way for him.
He's really got to get back on the horse here, though. He's letting this momentum pass him by. I mean, granted, you got the guy hobbled, but don't let up. That's how you lose matches.
Pulling the crowd a bit much. Oh, a big kick to the gut. What is he going for here? Oh my goodness!
Man!
Twisting neck breaker in an airborne position, and wow, he gets the pin. Not sure what he calls that maneuver. I haven't seen it before, but very impressive. And Darius Kane pulling one out just like that out of nowhere over the veteran Marcus Gibbs, Brian.
Well, you take another look here. Kind of like a variation of that muscle buster we've seen him do. I've felt him do a couple of times. Gets the 1, 2, 3, and the Viral Internet Championship tournament is filled. Well, speaking of filled,
boy, we've seen this before too. It seems to be his new favorite thing. The bag around the head, choking the air away. And Marcus Gibbs, very dangerous. Down, wow!
What?
Touches the ref. I'm sure there's going to be a big fine associated with that. Darius Kane still limping on the after effects of that leg lock, Marcus Gibbs.
Fans, the CSW Viral tournament is set. Darius Kane advancing along with the other people we saw advance tonight, Bashida, as well as Ghetto Brown, Enemies of the State, and Chuck Diamond. It's going to be a big tournament taking place this weekend at the 12 Years of Mayhem, beginning Friday night. We got some other matches signed, including Lacura. He will now be taking on Marcus Gibbs. That should be an exciting match.
Very.
Mike Metal, the CSW Heavyweight Champion, he will be in a non-title match against Billy Ray's, a face we haven't seen here in a while. A very exciting performer. 12
Years of Mayhem, and a lot of old faces coming back, a lot of new faces, a lot of current faces. One of these old faces coming back. Billy Ray's a non-title match the night before Mike Metal has to deal with Nathan Beast in a street fight. But fear not, Nathan Beast isn't, well, technically Nathan Beast is out of the water. But we can give you this bit of breaking news. A CSW Classic Rewind match. It's going to be Torch and Mr. Personality. A lot of returning faces. Yeah, I see the look on your face. A lot of returning faces you haven't seen in a long time. Torch versus Mr. Personality. Not only is Mr. Personality going to be there, but Clark, his trusty, faithful... friend, basketball, whatever. Clark's going to be with Mr. Personality. That's going to all wrap up Friday night, and culminating in that big barbed wire match.
I'm dumbfounded. That should be a heck of an event right there. And of course the big barbed wire match. Hopefully we'll finally get this feud over with. These guys are just causing too much havoc. Mr. Hardcore John Riker taking on the Beast Lane Smart. Somebody's got to come out of this, but perhaps neither man will be able to walk out of this on their own 2 feet. We also want to tell you, fans, bell time is at 8 o'clock, but the events are going to start at 5 because we're going to have a fan fest. Fans are going to come in, they're going to get to make their own ring entrances and have those videotaped and saved for posterity. Some of you lucky fans will get a chance to call a Viral match with me, broadcasting just like we would here on the show. Lots of fun for the kids, young and old. Be sure to come out and join us for those festivities Friday night. And as if that's not enough on Friday night, Saturday night is just as loaded. We kick off with the big Formula One title rematch. It's going to be Cali Kid defending against Lucha Lacura.
Yeah, there's going to be wrestlers all around ringside with leather straps in tow. Those leather straps come from you, the Hardcore Hellions. Do not let me down. I want to see some fat ones there. It is a fans bring the Mexican strap match for the Formula One title. Cali Kid has nowhere to go.
And in what is sure to be an awesome display of athleticism, we are going to see a three-way match between Billy and Scotty Rays and Cameron Frost.
These three have been longtime friends, almost brothers, so to speak. You're going to get to see the return of the Rays boys in action in a triple threat with the Master of Devastation. It is going to be fantastic.
Those aren't the only returns happening on Saturday night. We are going to see the return of David Prime, very well-respected veteran here in CSW, as well as a familiar face that we haven't seen in a while, Street Bandit.
Street Bandit is returning, and he gets the luck of the draw. Street Bandit versus Brian Cage on Saturday at 12 Years of Mayhem.
Wow, that's news. You heard it right here. And of course, it all culminates in that big CSW Heavyweight Championship match. Nathan Beast has been chasing the title for so long. He finally gets a showdown with Mike Metal in a street fight.
Well, and whisper through the grapevines, this could possibly be Nathan Beast's last chance at the heavyweight title for a while. He's gotten shot after shot after shot. Since the start of the year, really, he has been on fire. 9-year journey can either culminate as the new CSW champion, or it will end in flames with the bully still CSW champion.
We'll only find out the result of that at 12 Years of Mayhem. We certainly hope to see you guys out there. Please come out. Bring the kids. Bring your friends. Tell everybody you know. It's going to be a big celebration. Hey, 12 years. That's an unprecedented run for an independent wrestling organization here on the Panhandle. Culture Shock Wrestling is here to celebrate it with you. For my colleague Brian Cage, until next time, I'm Mike Roycroft. We'll see you next on Viral.